Right now, along with flu and COVID cases, emergency rooms across the state are also seeing a lot of overdose patients. What hospitals here are doing to help prevent overdoses. Also, Madison School District sets up an emergency plan for 9th and 10th grade students of one city schools after the charter school announced it will be partially shutting down. And later, we're not the only ones dealing with the flu, as veterinarians warn that dog flu is rapidly spreading between our four-legged friends. Welcome to News 3 now at 6. Emergency rooms across Wisconsin continue to see a lot of visits for opioid overdoses. UW Health has been following the trends and is sharing its own findings relating to emergency medical care in these situations. Our Catherine Merck spoke with a UW Health physician about how statewide trends compare to its hospital system.
According to a recent report from Wisconsin's Department of Health Services, more and more people in Wisconsin are not making it to emergency rooms because of how potent opioids are. From 2020 to 2021, the number of deaths statewide increased by about 16%. As of June, 579 people have died of opioid overdoses. At UW Health, one doctor shared with me that often people aren't aware the drugs they're taking are mixed with fentanyl, putting them at a high risk for an overdose. Others may be aware they're using fentanyl, but have no way to know the potency of the fentanyl they're using.
The fentanyl test strips don't tell you whether it's 5% fentanyl, 50% fentanyl, 95% fentanyl. And so, for folks who use opioids regularly and every single sample is positive, it's hard to know really how to use that information.
In the Dane County area, Public Health Madison and Dane County provides naloxone, a medication that can reverse opioid overdoses, and education to help people prevent overdoses. Additionally, most pharmacies also can dispense that medication, which, for those who aren't aware, Narcan is the name brand for that emergency treatment that can reverse an overdose.
Today, the Dane County Medical Examiner's Office is confirming that Badger Ridge Middle School principal Beth Steffen died as a result of the injuries she suffered when a driver hit her with a car earlier this week. The 56-year-old was hit while walking along South Sayin Road Monday morning. The medical examiner says Steffen died shortly after being taken to the hospital. Police say the driver is cooperating. No word if any charges have been filed as a result of the crash. A memorial service for Steffen has been scheduled for Sunday, January 15th. The Madison Metropolitan School District is opening an emergency enrollment center for families impacted by one city school's decision to close its programs for 9th and 10th graders. The charter school's decision impacts about 51 students who will transfer into the Madison School District after closing on January 20th. The district says the announcement was not expected and told our reporter last night they had heard just yesterday afternoon. The district had a meeting for families this morning, sharing its plan to open the emergency center. You can find more details online right now at channel3000.com. And let's check your certified most accurate forecasts now with Julian Seawright.
Well, the clouds are slowly but surely continuing to clear out for us here in southern Wisconsin, but it's just going to be a cold night for us. Not a whole lot of activity outside of the cold, which is relatively good news for us as we're getting into the back end of the first week of January. Now, taking a look at that cloud track, you can see that we are having the back end of southern Wisconsin starting to clear up for us. But looking ahead, this is what we're going to be seeing for the next few hours. 22 degrees as of right now, and it is going to be below the 20s once we get into midnight. But again, the cloud cover is slowly clearing, but we are on track for it to be clearing up for us for tonight and heading into tomorrow. We'll start to see much more sunny conditions. Around 8 to 10 o'clock, though, we're going to maintain those low 20s, and then teens will be throughout much of the forecast for all of southern Wisconsin once we get into tonight and especially into the overnight hours. Around 16 degrees is what we're looking for our low. It's going to be colder than it was last night, but we're seeing the middle to lower teens throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Areas into the northern spot of southern Wisconsin, which will be from Camp Douglas and La Crosse, are going to be seeing the single digits for tonight. But how's this going to be panning out for our weekend? Well, we'll have the answer for that coming up in a few moments. Until then, back to you, Charlotte.
We have an update to that false active shooter threat at Portage High School earlier this week. Police have arrested a 15-year-old girl in connection. The girl has been referred to Columbia County Juvenile Intake Authorities on tentative charges of making terroristic threats, swatting, and disorderly conduct. A press release did not give the girl's name or if she's a student in the district. On Tuesday, the school was locked down after receiving an anonymous threat of an active shooter. Police later deemed that threat not credible. Sun Prairie police are investigating a report of shots fired that happened early this morning. Officers responded to the area of Vandenberg Street near West Andrews Drive after the initial call around midnight. Several casings were recovered in the area. Officials say no one was injured and there is no threat to the public. Anyone with information is asked to call Sun Prairie Police. Governor Tony Evers plans to issue an executive order to ban the popular social media platform TikTok from all state devices. The ban is likely to come next week. Evers' decision comes after a recent and renewed push from several lawmakers at the state and federal levels, including Republican members of Wisconsin's congressional delegation. Lawmakers have expressed concerns about the platform's potential to allow the Chinese government to collect data from Americans using the app. TikTok is owned by Chinese company ByteDance. Republican Representative Mike Gallagher released a statement on Evers' decision to ban TikTok on state devices. It reads in part, "I'm glad Governor Evers finally made the decision to ban TikTok on state devices. Now that Governor Evers has recognized the threat posed by the app, I hope he will also delete his campaign's TikTok account." We are still well into flu season, but new infections have tapered off. The CDC says new cases and hospitalizations have been declining for several weeks now. So far, there have been about 22 million cases with 230,000 hospitalizations and 14,000 deaths. While the peak came early this year, experts say it is shaping up to be a fairly typical flu season. But they also warn just because we've already seen a peak doesn't mean another one couldn't happen. Information you need to know if you have a dog or want one. The flu has been spreading in animal shelters across South America, and it's now on the radar of vets here in our area. When it comes to canine influenza, they say there's no reason to panic, but dog owners should be paying attention. Tahlil Mohudin joins us now with more.
Charlotte, experts say so far we've been lucky. There are no cases of dog flu in Wisconsin, but because it's highly contagious, that could change at any time.
When it comes to making sure your dog stays happy and healthy.
You show her how you do it?
With the H3N2 canine influenza, you'll want to take a lesson from the past 3 years.
It's so interesting because all of the knowledge that we've all gained from COVID-19 is so easily transferable.
Of course, there are some differences.
We're not going to ask our dogs to wear masks.
But social distancing rules still apply.
If your dog is showing any clinical signs of respiratory disease, they shouldn't go out to the party, and you should get in touch with your vet.
Experts say that even though the latest strain of dog flu is less likely to make dogs very sick, it's still highly contagious and, like COVID, can be deadly to those with underlying health conditions or the kinds of dogs you can't teach new tricks.
Most of our population is young and healthy, and so they don't get very severely ill, but certainly we monitor the dogs.
Yuri Donnet with the Dane County Humane Society says places like shelters, clinics, or doggy daycares should be paying the closest attention because the flu is more likely to spread in those areas. It's one of the reasons they themselves take so many precautions during frequent medical checks, especially on transports from other parts of the country.
Trying to bring in the lowest risk animals possible while still also saving lives.
And vaccines are available, but they require 2 doses, take about a month before they're useful, and don't stop infection. Still, for some, it may make sense as a precaution.
If your dog goes to doggy daycare, goes to dog parks, travels with you across country, the risk is very different.
If you are concerned your dog is exposed, experts are recommending that you call your vet in advance because of how contagious it is. They may have you wait in the car or do some pre-screening on the phone before you arrive.
It is a race sure to stay in the spotlight as April draws closer, and now it's prompted a primary. Scott Kerr, a longtime city employee, has thrown his hat into the ring for Madison mayor. He joins incumbent Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and her challenger, former school board president Gloria Reyes. A top priority for him is getting the streets in order.
We had Vision Zero initiatives where we
implemented as many things as we could to make pedestrian safety and traffic safety a priority. And now we are tearing out all the measures we put in for that to accommodate the bus rapid transit system.
He would take a different approach to the bus rapid transit project and says he'd want to focus more on citizen feedback. For the record at 10:30. When we come back, Southwest Airlines reveals how much their recent service meltdown over the holidays will cost them. Plus, homeowners looking to make improvements or additions are making their way to the Monona Convention Center as the annual Madison Home Expo gets underway.
You have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Southwest Airlines says its recent service meltdown over the holidays will cost the company at least $725 million. Revenue loss alone cost Southwest $400 million. Other costs include reimbursements, extra employee hours, and the goodwill offering of frequent flyer benefits to travelers. Southwest canceled more than 16,000 flights between December 21st and the 29th. Those are peak dates for holiday travelers. The 25th Annual Home Expo is underway at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Between today and Sunday, January 8th, more than 10,000 people are expected to attend. The show features exhibits and demonstrations from local and national companies designed to help consumers through the process of home improvement.
The best information you can bring is just, pictures. This is what I want, this is what I'm after, and, the goals, what the end goal is, what they're looking to invest into the project so we can help them get there.
The show runs until 7 o'clock tonight and then 10 to 7 tomorrow, Sunday, the final day. It runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets are $5 for adults, and children under 18 can get in for free. Still ahead, some Wisconsin firefighters make a dramatic rescue in an icy river. Plus, a public library in southeastern Wisconsin is doing away with late fees. How the move has impacted return numbers. And could we see the sun this weekend? Boy, I sure hope so. Julian has the complete forecast after the break.
It's your last chance to ring in the new year with a new mattress from Ashley. Right now, save over $1,300 instantly on Beautyrest Select mattresses. Or get 5 years no-interest financing on all Purple and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Ending soon at Ashley.
There's nothing like volunteering at the fire department. There's nothing like hitting the waves.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
Since my skin was so irritated and itchy.
And even worse with all my gear on.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema. So adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. Now, the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today.
It's your last chance to ring in the new year with new styles from Ashley. Right now, save up to 85% off furniture. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you spend $2,000 or more. And free platinum delivery, ending soon at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A public library in Wauwatosa is putting an end to late fees. The city is hoping this will make library materials accessible to more people. Mary Jo Ola spoke to some avid readers who are celebrating the move.
The library director says eliminating overdue fines is about improving everyone's access to a valuable resource that really belongs to the community.
He loves books, so he just plows through them.
You can probably tell Maria Rogowski's 4-year-old son, Avi, is quite the bookworm. Since Wauwatosa cut overdue fines for kids' materials a few years ago, Maria noticed how helpful that was.
It's always nice because when you get a lot of them, you sometimes forget 1 or 2 of them when you return them.
New this year, the library board expanded its fine-free policy to the young adult and adult sections. It essentially covers the entire collection. Turns out there are a lot of fans.
I think that's actually really great because it doesn't discourage people from checking out maybe more books than they would.
I think it's an excellent idea. Anything that encourages people to read and use the library. Such a precious resource.
So wonderful. I mean, I can remember as a kid, you know, getting fines up to my parents' dismay, and then, you know, not wanting to come to the library.
Library Director Peter Luffel says the overdue fines were once thought to get materials returned sooner.
The research shows that it doesn't have an impact, and in fact, it does present a barrier to access because it can discourage people from checking out materials at all.
Existing overdue fines will be waived for items returned late. People who don't return materials at all will still be on the hook to cover a replacement fee. Also, the fine-free policy only applies to materials owned by Wauwatosa's library. More libraries across the country are taking the fine-free approach. Luffel says those who got rid of the overdue fines have seen an increase in the number of items returned.
What we hope to see from this is just a greater engagement with the community. The libraries have a wealth of information available for the community, and it is their library, and we want to make it as easy as possible for them to use it.
And that was Mary Jo Ola reporting. The city also says that getting rid of overdue fines on young adults and adult materials actually adds $24,000 per year to the library's portion of the city budget. Well, check this out. Firefighters in Green Bay making an icy rescue yesterday in Bellevue. Crews were called to a river for a report of a deer that fell through the ice. Working as a team, the firefighters entered the water and were able to get the deer to dry land. Let's now go to Julian C. right now for a complete look at your weekend forecast.
Well, we are going to be seeing things be quiet, and not just for tonight, or, well, it's going to be for a while. As we get into the rest of tonight, however, though, it's going to still be a bit on the cloudy side, but we will start to see it clear up once we get into the later parts of tonight, closer to around the 10 o'clock hour. Then we'll start to see a bit more stars in our skies. But this is what we're seeing for our forecast in the upper Midwest. Right now, we do have a bit of that cloud cover, which is lingering for much of the upper Midwest, and that's because of this upper shortwave trough, which has just brought in a little bit of moisture. It's been rather stagnant for that short level deck of stratus. But outside of it, we are looking for that high pressure system to keep things rather quiet over the next few days. And it's going to be a stout high pressure system. So we're not going to be looking at much change over the next few days outside of how much sun we're really going to be seeing. Now, speaking of that, well, going into Saturday, we're going to see a bit more sun, and especially temperatures just a degree off from the freezing point. So it's going to be around 31 degrees. It's rather seasonable for this time of year into our first week of January. Heading into Sunday, we're going to see temperatures warm up just a bit, so it's going to be a little milder, but we're looking at 35 degrees. Cloud cover will start to build back up just a bit more before we head into our Monday, where we are going to start to see a bit more cloudier skies. Now, taking a look at tomorrow, temperatures around southern Wisconsin are going to be really flirting with the freezing point, as we can see the lower just a degree or even a degree up from the 32-degree mark for many of us. But plenty of sunshine is really going to be ruling our skies, aside of a couple of clouds. But overall, tomorrow's going to be a relatively nice day. So for tonight, though, we're going to be seeing that sky's really going to be clearing up for us. It's going to be a starry night, at least for a while, because once we head out the door tomorrow, cloud cover will start to roll its way in, mainly for Dane County and areas to the northwest. Once we get into the lunchtime hour, we're looking for more of that cloud cover to dissipate. Plenty of sunshine is going to stick around, and then heading into around the evening hours, around 5 o'clock, dinner time, well, things are still going to be rather clear. So we're still going to see a nice sunset. At least that's what we're looking at here. And then as we get into the overnights, well, cloud cover is going to build right back. Heading into Sunday, we are going to be looking at a bit of that cloud cover to go back and forth, clearing up and then also giving us some sunshine. But here's our three things we'll need to know. We're not looking for much more in terms of activity, at least for the next few days. It's going to be rather quiet. We're going to see more sunshine heading into this weekend, and especially heading into next week, but still the clouds will return, so it's going to be short-lived. On top of it, we are looking for some more milder and quiet conditions as well. And here's our first warn. One thing we are going to be watching for is the activity for next week will come for Thursday and for Friday. We're looking at rain and potentially even some snow to make its way into the upper Midwest. That could make some inconvenient impacts for us as we get into the rest of next week. Outside of it, though, temperatures will be into the upper 30s. And we will have plenty of days of sunshine, at least for the weekend, but the cloud cover is going to return once we get into Monday and Tuesday, and we're watching for that system into the mid of next week.
And coming up in sports, Wisconsin hits the road Saturday for a Big Ten showdown in Champaign. The streak the Badgers say they're planning to snap is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's the Hy-Vee Mega Meat Sale this Friday through Sunday. Thick cut pork chops, 4 for just $5. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Round Roast, just $2.99 a pound. And Hy-Vee Bacon, only $2.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. You can meet with an InventHelp representative who'll keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. And InventHelp's databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to review new ideas. Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp.
800-550-5543.
Save big money on your next project now at Menards. Start a bathroom renovation with a U-Tile shower kit. They look and feel like tile and can be installed easily in just one day. Save big money on Max U-Tile shower kits. Complete the look with Shaw vinyl plank flooring. Choose the look of tile or wood. It's also waterproof and easy to install, making it the perfect choice for your bathroom. Save big money on Shaw flooring now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm
to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Don't miss the Hy-Vee Mega Meat Sale this Friday through Sunday. Fresh ground chuck, just $2.88 a pound. Fresh chicken breasts, just $1.68 a pound. And fresh Burlasso Atlantic salmon portions, only $3.98. Only at Hy-Vee.
Need to know what the traffic is like before you hit the road? Get the Channel 3000 app now, and I'll tell you where the trouble spots are and how to get around them.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
The Packers and Lions are having very similar seasons. The first half was one to forget, but now in the second half, both teams are playing their best ball right now when it matters the most. Green Bay enters Week 18 on a 4-game win streak, while Detroit has won 7 of their last 9. Both franchises faced early adversity and now are playing better because of it.
I think any team that goes through some adversity usually comes out stronger, and I think, you know, the same can be said for Detroit. So certainly we know we're going to have to go out there and play our best ball. I feel like the preparation up to this point has been really good, and we got to make sure we continue to build upon that.
Tomorrow, the reigning Big Ten champs and current leaders of the conference hit the road to face a struggling Illini team. Illinois is 0-3 in league play and are coming off a 13-point loss to Northwestern. But the game is in Champaign, a place where Wisconsin hasn't won since 2019. And no Badger on the roster has beaten the Illini, something they hope to change on Saturday.
I don't think we've beat Illinois since I've been here yet. We struggled at their place a little bit, but we're up for the challenge. Next game's the most important game, so we're definitely looking forward to it, and it's going to be a test for sure.
It should be a crazy game. We're coming in there ranked, and they've been struggling a little bit, so they're going to be playing hard, and they're going to want to knock us off. So it should be a really good game in a fun environment.
This weekend will mark the first time since November 20th that the Wisconsin women's hockey team will play in Laban when they host Minnesota Duluth. That's almost 50 days in between home games. And when it comes to playing on their home ice, the Badgers just don't lose. This season, they're 7-0-1, and when asked about being back on home on Saturday in front of their fans, well, Nicole Lamantia couldn't help but smile.
I'm really excited. You know, going into my last half of the season of my career, I think it's really bittersweet. Home games are getting to those times where they're bittersweet, so really happy to be home, happy to have my family to come up, and you know, just really excited to be in the Laban. You know, our fans mean a lot to us.
50 days is a long time to not be at home.
I know. It is a long time, but they're going to win it.
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like her optimism.
All right, so optimism for some sun, please.
Yeah, I know. Kind of like missed that one today. But hey, we did get to see some sunshine, but we are looking for more optimistic views of sun going into our Saturday and Sunday. But more clouds are on the way from Sunday into our Monday. But folks, it's going to be smooth sailing and temperatures into the upper 30s. But what we're watching for is your first warn. It's going to be for Thursday and Friday for some more potential wintry action.
All right, we'll just focus on the sun for now.
Exactly.
All right, thank you all for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.